A bustling train station. The sound of announcements, chatter, and trains arriving and departing fills the background. The focus shifts to a family of 4, the Jones family, sitting on a bench, looking exhausted and worried. Imagine being stranded in a busy train station with no money, no food, and no way to get home. That's exactly where the Jones family found themselves. But what happens next will leave you speechless. The family, Mrs. Jones, is holding a crying baby, while Mr. Jones looks through an empty wallet. Their older child, 6-year-old Emma, clings to her mother's side, looking scared. Stick around because this story is about to take a turn you won't believe. And trust me, you'll want to see how it ends. Mr. Jones approaches the ticket counter, pleading with the staff, but is turned away. He returns to the bench, defeated. Mr. Jones, whispering to his wife, "I don't know what to do, Sarah. We're out of options." Mrs. Jones, trying to stay strong, "We'll figure something out. We always do." Emma looks up at her parents, sensing their worry. She clutches her teddy bear tightly, her eyes filled with fear. The Jones family had been through so much already. After losing their home and Mr. Jones' job, they were trying to start over in a new city. But now, stranded at the train station, their hope was fading fast. Have you ever felt like the world was against you? Well, the Jones family was about to discover that sometimes help comes from the most unexpected places. A well-dressed stranger, a middle-aged man named Mr. Thompson, notices the family. He watches them for a moment, his expression softening. He walks over and kneels down to Emma's level. Mr. Thompson, kindly, "Hey there, sweetheart. Are you okay?" Emma looks up at him, unsure, but nods slightly. Mr. Thompson turns to her parents. "Mr. Thompson, is everything all right? Do you need help?" Mr. Jones hesitates, embarrassed, but Mrs. Jones explains their situation, her voice trembling. "Mrs. Jones, we're trying to get to my sister's place in the next city, but we don't have enough for the tickets. We've been here all day." Mr. Thompson listens intently, his eyes filled with compassion. Sometimes all it takes is one person to change everything. And Mr. Thompson was about to do just that. What would you do if you saw a family in need? Mr. Thompson's next move will leave you in tears. Mr. Thompson pulls out his wallet and hands Mr. Jones enough money for train tickets and food. The Jones family is stunned, unable to believe what's happening. Mr. Jones, tearfully, "We can't accept this, it's too much." Mr. Thompson, smiling warmly, "Please take it. It's not much, but I hope it helps. Everyone deserves a little kindness." Mr. Thompson also buys them food from a nearby stall. Emma's face lights up as she eats a sandwich, and she hugs Mr. Thompson's leg. Emma, innocently, "Thank you, mister. You're like a superhero." Mr. Thompson chuckles, patting her head. Mr. Thompson, "You're welcome, sweetheart. Take care of your family, okay? This moment right here, this is why we need more kindness in the world. Don't you agree?" The Jones family boards the train, waving goodbye to Mr. Thompson. The camera focuses on Mr. Thompson, who watches them leave with a satisfied smile. In a world where we often feel alone, it's moments like these that remind us of the power of kindness. Mr. Thompson didn't just give them money, he gave them hope. Cut to the family arriving at their destination. Mrs. Jones' sister greets them with open arms, and the children laugh and play. Mr. and Mrs. Jones share a relieved embrace. Can we take a moment to appreciate how one act of kindness can change lives? This is the power we all have within us. A few weeks later, the Jones family is settling into their new life. Mr. Jones has found a job and Emma is starting school. One evening, they gather around the dinner table. Mrs. Jones, reflectively, "I still can't believe how lucky we were to meet Mr. Thompson that day." Mr. Jones nods. He reminded me that no matter how hard life gets, there's always good people out there. Emma looks up from her plate, smiling. "Emma, I want to be like Mr. Thompson when I grow up. I want to help people too." The family shares a warm laugh, their bond stronger than ever. Stories like this remind us that even in the darkest times, there's always a glimmer of hope. And sometimes that hope comes from a stranger's kindness. The scene transitions to Mr. Thompson at his workplace. A colleague notices him smiling as he looks at a photo of the Jones family on his phone. "Colleague, who's that?" Mr. Thompson, smiling, "Just a family I helped a few weeks ago." It's amazing how a small act of kindness can make such a big difference. Colleague nods, inspired, and later donates to a charity during a fundraiser. The ripple effect of kindness continues. Kindness is like a ripple in a pond. One small act can create waves of change, touching lives far beyond what we can see. The Jones family is now thriving. One day, they see a homeless man sitting outside a grocery store. Emma tugs at her father's sleeve. "Emma, Daddy, can we help him? Like Mr. Thompson helped us." Mr. Jones smiles and nods. They buy the man a meal and sit with him to hear his story. The Jones family didn't just receive kindness, they passed it on. And that's the beauty of it. Kindness never ends, it only grows. Kindness costs nothing, but it means everything. The Jones family's story is a reminder that no matter how small, your actions can change someone's life. So, the next time you see someone in need, don't hesitate to lend a hand. Because what happens next might just warm someone's heart. End with a montage of people helping each other in different ways. Emma's teddy bear, now a symbol of hope and kindness. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's spread kindness together. And tell us in the comments, what's the kindest thing someone has ever done for you? We'd love to hear your stories.